What's that?
Well.
Oh, do you not want it?
But I know that would be a good reseller.
Yes, I know what it's worth. Thank you. One more. It is a crisp, I say crisp morning. It's 77 degrees and woohoo, the temperature's going down in Kansas. And I am at Black Friday deals for $4 day. $4 day is by far my favorite day to come here, and I'm starting to see all of these different reasons why. The first day that I come, which is $8 day, the number of people just give me so much anxiety. I will still come, but I don't come, you know, at open because that's just too much. Mondays is $2 day, which was previously my absolute favorite, but what I'm starting to learn about $2 day is people are figuring out that there's a lot of good stuff in the bins for only $2, so the competition is fierce. I'm having to like go elbow to elbow with people on $2 day now, and they're starting to run out of shopping carts because there's just so many people shopping. And now, since they no longer allow even small box cutters like the ones I have, because starting on $2 day, you can open your own boxes. Because they don't allow any small box cutters anymore, people are just destroying packages. And it seems like it's okay for the first like 30 minutes I'm in there on Mondays, but then after that, there's just pieces and crap everywhere. Like, it's getting really bad. So $4 day is kind of my sweet spot. Yes, I do have to pay more for items. I just have to make sure that whatever I get on $4 day, I have to be able to sell for at least $11 or $12 in the first run. Like, anything I get on $4 day, I do not want to have to mark down. So I want to be able to do like triple my money in the first run of merchandise that I put out. So $4 day I think is going to be my sweet spot. So I'm going to go in here. I did the math based on what I already have going live on the page, and I think I need to get about 40 items. So that's going to be 2-3 carts, maybe possibly 4, depending on how big boxes are. But they open up in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go wait in line so I can be one of the first ones in there. Let's see what I can find to resell for big money. At this point, word's definitely getting out. The line before going in for $4 day is definitely getting longer and longer. So when I first get in there, I really have to be on my game and work fast. The first thing that I found right off the bat was the sealed Bag Smart gym bag. It's on Amazon for $46, and I ended up selling it on my Facebook page, brand new and sealed, for 22 bucks. Right after that, I picked up this blue area rug. It's currently unavailable on Amazon, so I didn't have any price comps to go off of, but I sold it for $13, brand new and sealed. It's not very common for me to find toys, so whenever I see toys that are brand new and undamaged boxes, especially being this time of year, I always snatch them up. This is a really cute toddler golf set, brand new in the box on Amazon for $24. I sold it on my Facebook page for $13. Now at this bin store, we are not allowed to open our own boxes until $2, $1.50 day. So since this is $4 day, that means I am not allowed to open my own boxes at all, which means I have to strictly rely on the barcodes and any markings on the packaging to decipher what exactly could be inside. I can go to customer service to open boxes, but you could only open 5 at a time. So I have to be very, very diligent on which items I pick to have open to customer service. I've come to recognize these boxes very well. They typically have sets of collapsible baskets. This one in particular was a 6-pack of a folding basket clothing organizer set. It's on Amazon for $54, and I sold the set for $22. I've started picking these up every time I find them because they're turning into very consistent sellers on my page. This one in particular was a 2-pack, 1 white, 1 black, of children's artwork frames. These are really nice because they are as deep as shadow boxes, so they can hold a lot of different artwork, so you can easily change out your kids' pictures so you can display all of their creative artwork. That particular set was currently unavailable on Amazon, but they usually sell in sets of 2 or 4 for the $20 to $35 price range. That set of 2 I sold for 12 bucks. Oil diffusers are also really popular. This one was super cool. It's a flame diffuser. It has light that comes up from it, so as the smoke from the scented oil comes up out of the machine, it looks like fire. This one was currently unavailable on Amazon, but I've seen them anywhere from $20 to $30. That one in particular I sold for 12. Whenever I'm digging through bins, the first thing that I'm looking for, the boxes that I'm grabbing the most, are the ones that look like they have the least amount of damage, almost like they've never been opened before. The next thing I check for is a scannable barcode. A lot of people don't realize that LPN barcodes will be all over everything in an Amazon return store. However, LPN barcodes will not scan. You'll know if it's an LPN barcode if it literally has the letters LPN at the bottom of the scan code. It's the Amazon ASIN barcodes that will scan. You'll know that it's an ASIN barcode because usually right underneath the bars, there will be words that will mimic the exact words in the Amazon title. So here's another tip. If you try to scan an Amazon barcode and it is for sure an ASIN and not an LPN, if you cannot get the item to come up with the barcode scan, you can simply just start searching the words that are underneath the barcode, because essentially what happens when you scan the barcode is it will just automatically put those search terms in for you. So if the barcode doesn't work, you can do it the old-fashioned way and just type it all out. Aside from standard organization stuff, my customers really love laundry. So when I found this laundry organizer that has 2 different sections, one for dark laundry and one for light, I knew I was gonna have to pick it up. It's worth $50 on Amazon, and I ended up selling it on my Facebook page for $20. This is something else I'm finding a very, very popular item on my page. It is actually a vacuum attachment that is for grooming your dog. It's a dog brush that's attached to a hose that you can literally put on any vacuum cleaner. This one in particular was specifically made for a Dyson, but it's a very consistent seller on my page. I can usually sell them for $12 to $13, easy peasy. Like I said, when I first get in there, I have to work fast. I usually fill my first cart within the first 15 minutes. And then the employees here let me set my cart off to the side so that I can go get another cart and continue to shop. And then it's immediately right back at it. I could not race over to this bin fast enough to grab this electric cleaning brush. I don't think I have ever bought one of these and not had it sell immediately. This one in particular was worth $40 on Amazon. It was still brand new and sealed, so I sold it for $20. I've also started seeing a lot of these in the bins lately. I've mentioned before I don't like picking up light fixtures because I feel like they're kind of a tough sell on my Facebook page. However, I've been seeing a lot of battery-operated wall sconces lately, and surprisingly enough, they can be worth a lot of money. This one in particular was on discount for $63 for a set of 2, but even though they're worth a lot on Amazon, I've been finding that my customers are really only willing to pay a certain amount for stuff like this. So sets of 2 battery-operated wall sconces I've been selling for approximately $15 to $18 on my page. This set I sold for $18. I snatch up kitchen gadgets whenever I can find them. This one is one of those tabletop manual shredder machines. I actually found 2 of these, and prices on these can definitely vary because a lot of these are private label. I sold both for $12 a piece. You might see me picking up boxes, looking at them, and setting them back down. One of two things is happening in this situation. Either I am looking for any sort of information or indicator on the box, what exactly is inside. I'm not seeing that, so I'm just simply putting the box down, or I can tell what it is and it's not very desirable for my customers. So now you might be thinking, if you don't know what's inside the box, why are you putting it down? It could be something valuable. Well, you guys, at this point, I am trying to move so fast because the store is filling up with people. I want to find all of the super obvious good stuff first, and then I always make a second pass through the bins to look at things a little bit more detailed. But right now, I'm still in speedy mode, and so if I can't tell what something is, I'm just gonna leave the box behind and maybe I'll hit it up again later. So this box was completely demolished, but inside it looked like there was some sort of a tent or something having to do with camping. I couldn't get the barcode to scan, so I just decided to start typing in whatever part of the title I could find under the ASIN. And I'm so glad I took the time to do that because this turned out to be a screen house room. So it's not just a tent, it's actually larger than a regular tent that you can put like seating or a table, or you can have a picnic or something and have it be fully enclosed with mesh walls. This one in particular was worth just under $109, and I ended up selling it on my page for 25 bucks. So this is not the first time I've picked up something like this. It might seem kind of silly, but like I've mentioned before, I have a lot of customers that are actually very into outdoorsy kind of things, sporting goods, camping, even survival prep or like emergency prep kind of stuff. And so when I saw this portable toilet, I knew that one of my customers was going to want to snatch it up. This portable toilet was on markdown for $40 on Amazon. It was brand new in the box. It was not used. I know what you're thinking. It was not used. It was brand new, and I sold it to one of my customers for $15. I always pick up anything that's geared towards storage or organization, and this box was a set of 2 StorageWorks underbed storage boxes. They were really pretty ivory color and they were really large in size. They're worth $40 on Amazon, and I ended up selling them on my page for $15. I also keep my eyes peeled for anything having to do with pets. I have a lot of customers that are pet owners, and usually anything having to do with bark control is a really, really good seller. I had no idea that this little bark control device was gonna be worth so much money though. I scanned it and I was shocked to see that it was worth $70 on Amazon. I was like, what? That can't be for real. Now, I know that I've mentioned before that I try to price my items 50% off Amazon's price, but just like with the wall sconces, I know that there's some things that my customers are only willing to pay so much for, and I find that if I overprice things, I have to end up marking them down, and I would just rather sell them for the first initial asking price and just be satisfied with the profits I get. So even though this was worth $70 on Amazon, I did not price it at $35, which was 50% off of Amazon's price. Instead, I priced it for $13. A lot of you guys might be in shock. You might be in shock, but I have sold the bark control devices before for the $13 to $15 price range. I've tried selling bark control devices for $20 or more, and they just weren't selling at that price. So $13 I am more than happy with. And this right here is exactly why when I look for boxes, I look for boxes that have little to no damage or look like they've never been opened, because I always have this internal struggle with a box that's not completely sealed. This right here was a really, really nice shelving unit system for holding kids' toys. So it had shelves, it had spaces for those cloth bins, and it was on wheels, and it was worth somewhere between $70 and $80. And I stood here for a really long time and debated on whether or not I should get this, because You can see here, it's obviously opened and more than likely small pieces have fallen out. So I kept trying to look in there to see if I could see any bags of hardware, because sometimes if the hardware is still in bags, there's a chance that everything is still included. But if any of the hardware is loose, it's game over and you're probably missing some pieces. I wasn't confident that all of the hardware was still bagged, so I decided to leave it behind. By this point, I had 5 items that I needed to open up and see what they were, so I decided to head over to customer service to do that. This box had a lot of really nice color-coordinated cheesecloth table runners. I've mentioned these in videos before. These always sell very, very well for me. I sold this set for $15 on my page. It retailed for a little over $40. Now I couldn't plug this in until I got home, but it did end up working. It was a little lamination machine. It was worth about $24, so I ended up selling it on my page for $12. This one was a little bit of a mystery box. There was no indication of anything on it, but I had a feeling it was something good inside, so that's why I opted to have it opened up. When I looked at it, I had no idea what it was, so I had to do an Amazon image search. And I'm so glad that I opted to carry that little box around. It turned out to be a soft start for an RV air conditioner, and that unit was worth $70 on Amazon. I'm not gonna be selling it on my Facebook page, but I did decide to get it to list on eBay. This item right here, it was a bird bath, and unfortunately it was really used and dirty, so I opted to set that one back behind the counter and say no thanks. And I had been carrying around this box. It said it was a fruit bowl, but I couldn't find an exact match on Amazon for it, so I wanted to see what it looked like. And I just didn't think that the style was something that my customers would like, so I opted to put that one back as well. So I ended up keeping 3 of the 5 items, and then it was a rush to get a new cart because I knew that a bin change was gonna be coming very soon, and there was still bins that I hadn't gone to yet. So it's a little late in the season, but when I saw this yard pong set, I knew I had to get it. I've never gotten or sold yard pong before, but my customers love anytime I post any sort of yard game, the most popular one being cornhole. So I knew someone was gonna snatch up this yard pong, and they did. I ended up selling it for $13, even though it's pretty late in the season. So this box looked like it hadn't really been opened before, but there was clearly a shipping label that was cut off of it. The LPN was covering the ASIN, so I couldn't just scan it, so I decided to type in, everything I could see under the ASIN barcode. And this turned out to be a high temperature pressurized steam cleaner, and it was worth just under $54. My customers love this kind of stuff, so I didn't even have to think twice about grabbing it. I listed it and sold it on my page for $22. And then it was time to get in place because a bin change was coming. $4 day is the last day that they bring out new stuff, and so I always make sure I'm here for it.
Are you ready for these staples or what you say, guys?
Woo!
Come on, what you say, ready?
Yeah! When they pull that sheet off, it's time to just go crazy and start grabbing everything and anything that looks like it would be of value. I was so hoping that this lady was gonna put down that electric cleaning brush, but as she was standing there looking at it, she lifted it and I saw underneath a brand new and sealed oluemq makeup mirror that was worth marked down $130. It's just a little travel compact with a mirror. I don't understand why it's worth so much, but I ended up selling it for 35 bucks. So that was a really, really good $31 profit. Air pots are also a really popular item on my page, so I made sure to grab that. Air pots can get really, really pricey. This one was $36 on markdown with a limited time deal. I ended up selling it for $15 on my page. Here was another laundry item that I found. It's a Life Width double laundry organizer hamper that holds 155 liters. It's on Amazon for 42 bucks, and I sold it for 20. So of course I can't possibly show you guys every single item that I find whenever I go to the bins. So if you want to see everything that I am sourcing, you can just go directly to my Facebook page. Down in the video description, the first clickable link is always the link to my Facebook page where you can see what I'm sourcing and selling in real time. I also ship items on my Facebook page, so if you happen to see anything that you're interested in, you can join in on the fun and just put sold in the comments. Ha! See, I went back to that bin and I found that electric scrubber brush. I am so glad it just sat there waiting for me to come back and realize that the lady had put it down. This was another item that I did purchase, but I did not put it on my Facebook page. It was something that I had picked up for another personal shopping client. It's an Android car stereo that was worth $180. I went ahead and picked it up and I sold it instantly to my client for $50. I felt like I had spent adequate time going through the new bin change bins. There was only, I think, 6 or 8 new bins that they had brought out, and my cart was pretty full, so I decided to sneak away and start checking out what exactly I found and the values to see what I was gonna keep and what I was gonna put back. These are also very popular and worth a lot more money than expected. These expandable cabinet shelf organizers were almost $50 and I sold the set for $18. Play tents are another popular item on my page. This one was pink and it was on markdown for $30 on Amazon. I ended up selling it for $13. And now it was time to get out of the crowd and go check out. I had 3 very, very full carts, so it was gonna take a little bit. While I was waiting for the Black Friday employees to count up all of my items, I was approached by a friendly face. There's a lot of people that shop here that recognize me from having my brick and mortar store. A lot of them actually used to shop at my brick and mortar store or they buy from my Facebook page. So it's really not uncommon for them to approach me, but I definitely was not expecting this. What's that?
Hello?
Oh, do you not want it?
I probably would have excess, but I know that would be a good reseller.
Yes, I've actually had one of these a long time ago. So yes, I know what it's worth. Thank you. One more. That's right, he handed me a pot and pan set that was worth $120. Currently, it's on a limited time lightning deal for $60. And I got 3 overflowing carts for $287.30. And then comes the fun part, trying to make sure that all of these boxes can be Tetrised in to the back of my van. Most times I don't have an issue with getting everything to fit in the back, but this week some of the boxes were pretty big, so I definitely had to work my Tetris magic. Luckily, it all fit. It is not a crisp and cool day. Oh my goodness, it's 91 now. I was in there for 2.5 hours and I got, oh, where's my receipt? I was in there for 2.5 hours and I got 64 items I cleaned up today. So that means that I spent $287.30. So just under 300 bucks, and I got a lot of really good stuff. Then at the very last minute, so there is a guy, I will not name him, but there is a gentleman who used to shop at my bin store very, very frequently, and I always see him in here on Sundays. And he actually found something at the bin change that was worth a lot of money, and he knew it was worth a lot of money, and he knew it's something that I would have picked up. So he grabbed it for me. It's a pot and pan set. It's so cool. It has like a detachable handle. So it's really good for like kitchens with not a lot of cabinet space. It's literally a pot set that they look like bowls, but they're pots, and then there's a detachable handle. Well, this set retails for like $130 to $170. So I am so incredibly grateful that he grabbed that for me, and he gave it to me at the last minute while I was checking out. He's like, here, do you want this? I knew exactly what it was because I saw the name and I saw the handle and I saw a couple of lids on the box. I was like, oh, yes, 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 yes. I was so excited. I cannot believe that was out. I cannot believe that that was out on $4 day. And then there was another like new sealed makeup case thing with an attachable mirror that was worth $130. I think this is my new favorite day. I think I'm just gonna plan to like clean up on $4 day. I mean, I cleaned up today. I got 64 items. That's like almost enough for a whole week's worth of listing on my Facebook page in one fell swoop. That's pretty awesome. But if you like this video, please do remember, hit that thumbs up before you leave. I greatly appreciate it because it does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to check the video description. I'm always getting a lot of questions about how exactly I'm selling this stuff on Facebook. If you go down in the video description, there is a direct link to my Facebook page where you can actually see how I'm selling these items in real time. I'm not selling them on Facebook Marketplace. I am selling them on my own Facebook page where I have a following of people that are there ready to shop. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post my next video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.